In every kitchen, on some quiet afternoon, there sits a jar of nuts that millions of men eat without a second thought. It's the kind of snack that's been called healthy for decades, something tossed into lunchboxes, sprinkled on salads, or spread on morning toast. But what if that very nut was quietly stealing your vitality? What if it was dismantling your masculinity? Molecule by molecule, draining energy, drive, and confidence from the inside out. That's not a myth or a scare tactic. It's biochemistry in action. And the truth, as surprising as it sounds, is that there's one nut slowly shrinking the very cells responsible for testosterone production, while another nearly identical nut can triple your performance by opening your blood vessels up to 300%. Dr. Amelia Hayes, a urologist with more than 20 years of clinical experience, has seen this transformation firsthand. Her patients aren't young athletes or bodybuilders. They're fathers, grandfathers, men who've lived fully built careers, raised families, left legacies, but who now quietly struggle with a simple question they rarely voice aloud. Is this just what getting older feels like? For most men, the symptoms creep in quietly. A loss of drive here, a restless night there, less energy for the things that once brought joy, a change in morning confidence that feels subtle at first, but undeniable over time. These changes are often blamed on aging, on just getting older. But as Dr. Hayes explains, the decline many men experience after 50 or 60 isn't inevitable. It's preventable. And often it's reversible. The real culprit doesn't start down there. It begins inside your cells with the foods you eat, the inflammation you carry, and the silent imbalances in your hormones and blood vessels. Modern medicine tends to throw quick fixes at these problems: pills, powders, boosters, or supplements with promises that glow on late-night TV. Yet most of them ignore the underlying cause, the cellular malfunction that quietly sabotages male vitality. The unsuspecting culprit is the humble peanut. Despite its name, a peanut isn't a nut at all. It's a legume, a member of the same family as beans and lentils, which grows underground rather than on trees. That small botanical difference makes a world of impact. Because peanuts grow in warm, moist soil, they're chronically exposed to fungi that produce aflatoxins, natural toxins, recognized as some of the most harmful compounds found in food. Aflatoxins don't just upset your stomach. They damage your Leydig cells, the microscopic factories in the testicles responsible for making testosterone. When those Leydig cells are exposed to aflatoxins, their DNA begins to deteriorate. They stop responding efficiently to luteinizing hormone, LH, the chemical signal from your brain that tells them to produce testosterone. Over time, this microscopic injury manifests as something millions of men notice every morning: reduced energy, fading strength, slower recovery, lower confidence, and a steady erosion of performance. But aflatoxins are only the beginning of the peanut problem. Peanuts are rich in omega-6 fatty acids, especially linoleic acid. While omega-6s aren't inherently bad, most modern diets already drown in them, especially when balanced against the omega-3s found in fish, flax, and walnuts. When the balance tips too far toward omega-6s, the body falls into a state of chronic low-grade inflammation. Inflammation is a silent assassin of male hormones. It keeps the immune system on high alert, suppressing testosterone production and increasing an enzyme called aromatase, which converts testosterone into estrogen. So instead of building masculinity, the male body begins feminizing itself from within. This dual assault, less testosterone, more estrogen, explains why so many older men feel drained, unmotivated, and heavy around the middle. And the list of peanut problems goes on. Peanuts contain phytic acid, a compound that binds to essential minerals like zinc and magnesium, two elements critical for testosterone synthesis. Without them, the body struggles to produce healthy hormone levels, leaving men feeling fatigued and mentally foggy. To make matters worse, most commercial peanut crops are drenched in pesticides, many of which are known endocrine disruptors, chemicals that interfere with hormonal communication inside the body. Every spoonful of peanut butter, every protein bar with nuts, every handful of roasted peanuts adds a tiny drop of poison to the hormonal system. You don't notice the damage overnight. It accumulates slowly until one day, you wake up and realize the fire that once drove you has dimmed. When testosterone production falls, it triggers a cascade that affects nearly every aspect of male health. Blood flow weakens, nitric oxide levels plummet, energy declines. The brain produces fewer mood-stabilizing neurotransmitters. Sleep quality falters. Weight gain accelerates. It's a biochemical domino effect, one that starts with damaged Leydig cells and ends in what feels like premature aging. And yet, as Dr. Hayes discovered in her research and practice, reversing this decline doesn't require drugs or surgery. It requires something simpler, quieter, and almost poetic, replacing the destructive peanut with its healing counterpart, the pistachio. The pistachio might seem small, but within its green shell lies a powerhouse of nutrients that directly target the same biological systems peanuts destroy. While peanuts feed inflammation, pistachios quench it. While peanuts suppress nitric oxide, pistachios amplify it. While peanuts rob you of minerals, pistachios supply them. At the core of pistachios' magic is L-arginine, an amino acid that acts as a natural precursor to nitric oxide NO, the molecule responsible for opening blood vessels, improving circulation and supporting erections. Without nitric oxide, blood vessels remain constricted, blood flow diminishes, and arousal becomes physiologically difficult, even if the mind is willing. Pistachios replenish this lost pathway by providing abundant arginine, about 1.1 grams per ounce, just a couple of handfuls a day, can naturally raise NO levels without medication. Better yet, pistachios contain antioxidants like gamma-tocopherol, a form of vitamin E, resveratrol, and anthocyanins that protect nitric oxide molecules from being destroyed by oxidative stress. The result, nitric oxide, lasts longer in your bloodstream, promoting stronger sustained blood flow. When circulation improves, it doesn't just benefit one part of the body. It rejuvenates the entire system. The heart pumps more efficiently. The brain receives more oxygen. Muscles recover faster. Fatigue decreases. Mood improves. What begins as a dietary change soon becomes a whole-body revival. Men often report sharper focus, deeper sleep, and a renewed sense of vitality. Pistachios also help regulate cholesterol. Their phytosterols lower LDL, the bad cholesterol, while raising HDL, the good. Cleaner arteries mean smoother circulation, reduced pressure on the heart, and greater endurance, physical and emotional. For men over 60, this isn't about vanity. It's about longevity. Pistachios also restore essential minerals. They're rich in magnesium, which serves as a cofactor in more than 300 enzymatic reactions, including those responsible for testosterone synthesis and nitric oxide production. Most older men are chronically magnesium deficient due to processed diets and stress. When you pair magnesium with arginine, your body's ability to produce nitric oxide skyrockets naturally, and pistachios are loaded with fiber, about 3 grams per ounce. Fiber helps stabilize blood sugar and insulin levels, both of which are critical for maintaining testosterone. Stable blood sugar prevents insulin resistance, a condition that can dramatically lower male hormones. In short, pistachios act as a complete male vitality system, reducing inflammation, improving blood flow, nourishing Leydig cells, balancing hormones, and supporting cardiovascular function. The benefits aren't theoretical. They're backed by rigorous research. A clinical study published in the International Journal of Impotence Research examined men with mild to moderate performance issues. The participants consumed 100 grams of pistachios daily for 3 weeks, about 2 handfuls. The results were remarkable. Blood flow to the pelvic region improved dramatically. Firmness and performance increased by over 50%. Cholesterol levels dropped. Oxidative stress decreased, and many men reported a revival in confidence and mood. The researchers concluded that pistachios offered a safe, natural way to enhance circulation and performance, without medication or side effects. By contrast, a 2023 review in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry confirmed that chronic exposure to aflatoxins, especially from peanuts, damages Leydig cells and suppresses testosterone. Combined with inflammation from omega-6 fats and pesticide residues, the result is hormonal collapse. In essence, while peanuts suppress life, pistachios restore it. So tomorrow morning, skip the peanut butter. Grab a handful of pistachios instead. Eat slowly. Savor the taste of renewal. Because sometimes the greatest transformations in life don't come from grand revolutions, but from the smallest, simplest swaps. So tomorrow morning, skip the peanut butter. Grab a handful of pistachios instead. Eat slowly. Savor the taste of renewal. Because sometimes the greatest transformations in life don't come from grand revolutions, but from the smallest, simplest swaps.